the very generous introduction. I am truly, truly honored to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning.
Good morning.
It's really, really very exciting to be with a group of highly intelligent achievers. I'm just going through the list of awardees today, and my God, that's really, really impressive. There is no doubt in my mind that each and every one of you is very hardworking and highly motivated. So therefore, I choose not to give you a motivational speech as I was asked to do. My apologies. I was asked to give you a motivational speech. I truly believe you don't need any motivation from me. So instead, what I choose to do today is challenge you. Is to challenge your thinking. How does that sound? Okay, so I'm going to try and challenge your thinking. I will leave you with some food for thought. This could be revelation for the parents who are here and others who are in this room. But my talk is mainly directed to the youth who are the awardees today. Again, as I said, there is no doubt that each of you is hardworking, motivated. You wouldn't be in this room if you were not successful. So let's talk of the future financial success. You are already successful, but let's talk about your future financial success. I want to see a few years from now, you don't gather here in this hall. I don't mean you should forget your roots. I don't mean you should forget the humble beginnings. But why can't we have it in a resort? Why? Because each of you, I want to see you as individuals and therefore as a community become a huge, financially independent, successful people. Do you want to be that? Let's hear that. Yes. Great. So let's see. Again, as I was going through the list, a quick glance, I saw that there are PhD, there are commerce graduates, and a lot of advanced studies people. All of you would have chosen your career, or would be driven to choose your career, and what drives you. Time is too short to actually analyze, understand how and where and what and led you to choose your career. But I'm sure you made your choices. The question is, while you made your choice for your career, did you also choose to truly be financially independent? I want to pause for a few seconds. Ponder on this. Did you also choose to be financially independent and to taste true freedom? Or did you actually really, pardon my saying so, did you actually choose only to get hopefully a fat paycheck? I warn you, I'm going to challenge you today. Some of you will become uncomfortable. Okay? Now research shows that most people become what they choose to study. So if you have chosen to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a pilot, an astronaut, an economist, a banker, an environmentalist, a politician, it doesn't matter. Most of the time you become what you choose to. Now the question is, did you actually choose to be what you wanted to be? Or were you driven into it? Were there circumstances that led you? You had a doctor in the house, so you become a doctor. You had a pilot in the house, so you become a pilot. This is the time to ask. You all live at a time of great opportunity, great possibilities. The world is coming to our doorstep today. You don't even need to go out. There is so much of opportunity. So it's a good time to pause and think and ask a question. What made me choose this career? And I repeat again the question, is this career going to hopefully give me a big paycheck, or is it also truly really going to give me that financial independence and freedom? Now conventional wisdom, and we want to question conventional wisdom. Okay? Conventional wisdom has proven that we are not a rich community. The Catholic community is not a rich community. So it's high time we examine why is that so. So before we reach there, let's get some fundamentals clear. In all societies of the world, you have the rich, you have the poor, and then you have the middle class. Am I getting across to everybody? Okay, so you have the rich, the poor, and the middle class. What have you chosen to be? Rich, poor, or middle class? Ask yourself. Or have you left your career to choose for you? Whether you will be rich, poor, or middle class? Ask yourself. Fundamental questions to ponder on. Now, based on this, there are four kinds of people in this world. The employees, the self-employed, the business owners, and the investors. I don't have to tell you what each of these stand for. It's very clear. The employees, the self-employed, the business owners, and the investors. Now, these therefore get incomes that can be called an ordinary income, a passive income, or a portfolio income. Let me define to you what I mean by these three incomes, or what the books say about it. Ordinary income is the income that you get when you are an employee. And earned income is an ordinary income. Please trust me, I don't mean to be disrespectful to any profession or any job. But for the sake of today's discussion, for the sake of today's challenge, be with me, stay with me, don't switch me off. So earned income is an ordinary income. Passive income generally derives out of real estate investments. And portfolio income is derived from paper assets, such as stocks and bonds. I am making a sweeping statement. Ordinary income has never made anybody rich. In other words, as long as you are an employee, there is a very little chance of you becoming rich. And you want to be richer. Because when you are rich, it opens up huge possibilities for you. It opens up huge avenues for you, both as individuals, as a community. Imagine if you were a rich community, you would not be sitting here. This meeting would have been in a resort, as I said. I mean, what's wrong with luxuries of life? What's wrong in stepping up? What's wrong in living the life of an elephant and not caring if the dog's barking while you're walking in the journey of your life? So we are talking about no ordinary income will ever make you rich. It is portfolio income that has made Bill Gates the richest man in this world. Now let's examine something else. Psychologically, it has been said that you are driven by two emotions, mainly two emotions: fear and greed, and sometimes people say doubt. There are different words given: fear, doubt, greed. And this breeds on ignorance, and vice versa. If you're ignorant, you have more fears, you have more senses of insecurity, and vice versa. So what do? We all choose, some of us very early, some of us our parents choose for us, some of us the systems choose for us, some of us the circumstances choose for us our careers. Until recently, we were always grumbling in this country, this great country of ours, that we really don't have much choices. Either you became a science graduate or a commerce graduate or arts, and you really could not switch over and huge amount of difficulties. But I'm not going to go there today. With the limited time given to me, let's pursue this issue of financial freedom and how you can achieve it. So as I said, most of the time, you are driven or you become victims of circumstances, and very often ask yourself, keep your hands on your chest and ask yourself, did you really consciously make a choice? Or were you just driven like cattle? Were you also worse, like a donkey chasing a mirage, a carrot in front of it, which is money, chasing money, thinking, hoping, I will do this and I'll get a big fat salary. 1976, I chose to do mini computers and microprocessors. Why? Because I also thought that I wanted to be at the top of the electronics industry. The microprocessor was invented in 73, I joined the course in 76, I thought I had the first mover advantage and I would do a lot. Okay, today is not a day to talk about how things changed. I supported that by joining C to support my education. I joined C to leave C. But I want you to, in your mind's eye, ask yourself, even the PhD students and the advanced management students and the postgraduate students, what really then made you choose what you chose? So what do we all do? At some point of time, we choose a school. You choose a school meaning it could be a college, it could be an institute, it could be a management institute. And all that you do for what? In the hope of getting a good job. In the hope of getting that monthly paycheck. Why? Several reasons. Now let's therefore picturize that you have done what you have done. Some of you continue to study. And you start getting your paychecks, your monthly paychecks. Now I spoke about fear. I spoke about need, wants and greed. So thereafter what happens? Your needs start kicking in. You have needs, you have obligations in the family. You would have taken perhaps a student loan, or there would be a family debt that you need to clear. This is the general, I'm not saying this applies to everybody, this is the general situation that happens. Or it varies in degrees that it happens with people. So then what happens? You begin to live paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck. All the time at the back of your mind, you are in a rat race. Because you want that paycheck, you want to climb the career ladder. Why? Because your needs and your wants are growing. First thing all of us in Bombay think of, we want a house. So what do? We go ahead and buy a house. Usually, most of the time, we buy a house taking a mortgage loan. Then what happens? Your need is fulfilled, your need is satisfied. Then you say, I have a need for a car. So you go ahead and buy a car. How do we all usually buy a car? Auto loan, we start paying EMIs every month. Then we say, okay, we need to have a social life. I'm already excited, I'm not saying. Okay, so what do you say? I need a social life. So you join the neighborhood club, where you're paying a monthly subscription or an annual subscription. And then what kicks in? I won't always use the word greed, but there is something that want. After the need is fulfilled, there's a want. Then you want a bigger house, so you move into another neighborhood. Then you want a bigger car, so you exchange your car. Then you want more exclusivity, so you join a more exclusive social club, a golf club. So what's happening? You need to stretch your paycheck, man. So you begin to start doing what? Working harder and harder and harder. Now, I'm not against hard work. I did tell you guys as we began. Sorry, I'm addressing the youth, so I'm going to use the language that they understand next. Everybody here is a guy, gender agnostic. So the girls won't start throwing their chappals at me. I have 2 young daughters, so I know how they talk at home. So what happens? There is pressure on your paycheck. And you want more and more and more, and you begin to work harder and harder and harder. And the system recognizes this, your boss recognizes this, your department recognizes this, your company recognizes this. And what do? It's like the carrot in front of the donkey. You are running after that carrot. More money, more money, more money. Yeah, more increase, more promotion. Then there is internal challenges. And what are you doing? You're working harder and harder for what? For money. Instead of money working hard for you, you are working hard for money. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. So, do I have a mantra today for you? Do I have an idea for you? Do I have something to say for you? The time is too short. I'm allotted 8-10 minutes to talk to you. But I think I would have done a great deed if I'm able to shock you into thinking about this. So what do you normally do? The wise among you, some of you, while you are earning your paycheck, you also start saving. Saving is a good habit. Okay. Lawrence is quite interested. He says you can take some more time. I want to hear from them. Okay. So what some of you, what do you do? You start saving. My mama saved, my dada saved, and usually mama, dada are always after you save. It's a good thing to save. But then again, what do you do? Fear kicks in. Where do you save? Bank of India fixed deposit. Yeah? You save. Passive income, real estate income, not good for me. I don't want to take chances. I am not a gambler. It's for the Marwadis and the Gujaratis. We are a Catholic community. No, we are Sida Chalne Wala. I'm not saying Peda Chalna. I'm saying, but think differently, think out of the box. Stretch that money of yours to give you the maximum money. So what do? You buy, you know what? You buy a house because it's a need, and you begin to think that that house is an asset. How wrong can you be? Ask yourself, is your house an asset or a liability? At least a commerce student should know about this. Worse, in a city like Mumbai, for that matter is true, I believe, for the whole of India, that the real estate market is really skewed. It's on a bubble. My assessment in the next 2 years, wait, whoever wants to buy a house, don't buy for the next 2 years. The market has to crash. What ridiculous prices are we buying? So versus you have a need, so you must buy a house. Look for other alternatives. I'm not going to talk about it today, whether it is rental and leasing. But you buy a house, most often you spend all your life savings on it, or you take a mortgage loan. If you're young, 35 years, 45 years old, what are you saying? For the next 45 years, you are going to pay that EMI, man. Do you realize that you are not mortgaging your house or mortgaging your life for 45 years? When are you going to have fun? When are you going to taste the true freedom? And when do you say you are an asset? Let me ponder a little bit on this. When do you say you are an asset? What is an asset? Or you go one step further. An asset is something that is liquid. Something that you can sell and make money off in an emergency or for reinvestment. Can you ever sell your house that where you are living in to take care of a medical emergency, or maybe your child wants to go for a college education, or you have an ailing parent? Can you do that? So what kind of dream world are you living in that you think the house is an asset? Worse, I spoke to you about our country. The real estate market is so skewed and bad And there is a general rule for investment that you, mark my words, you never make money when you buy something, when you sell something. You make money when you buy it. Meaning, you have to buy when the price is low. On the other hand, what do we people do? We buy when the real estate market is high. Everybody is buying, price is going up. Man, you also join, you also join. Tomorrow there will be 10 rupees square foot more. So we buy when the market is going up. And then when the market is crashing, we are the first people to sell. That's the time you should be buying. Warren Buffett of the world and every economist of the world tells you that, and yet we do that mistake time and again and again. Why? Because we are emotionally led by fear and we are financially ignorant. No school teaches you how to be financially independent. No school teaches you how to taste true freedom. Even the MBAs of the world, mind you, trust you, I go to lecture in these institutes, they don't teach you. At the most, they teach you to be very efficient bean counters. So where can you learn to be financially independent? Where can you learn to, taste true freedom? Read books, join courses, listen to lectures, spend money there. Find out how Warren Buffetts of the world do their business, or for that matter, our own Jhunjhunwala. How do they make their money? How do they invest? So therefore, if you have chosen, if you have allowed your choice to dictate whether you're going to be rich, poor, or middle class, if you are stuck there, what should you do? Make sure from your ordinary income, you remember what I said, ordinary income is income that comes out of your paycheck. Save it in passive investments. Save it in portfolio investments. In short, use it, save it, invest it in such a manner that your money starts working hard for you. Your money works for you even when you are sleeping. I told you, the rich don't work for money. They make the money work for them. There is also another good reason, very, very simple reason. If you are an employee, what happens to your paycheck? You get 101 deductions, right? And one major deduction is what? Tax. Tax is the credit source, the income tax. Your government, all governments of the world make their money, tax only the employees. Why? You have no choice. Your owner is made liable. Your employer is made liable to deduct tax at source, and he gladly does it. But does he pay taxes? Do the rich pay taxes? Some of you have smiles. Yes, they do pay taxes, but only after they have made all the expenses, after they have taken a fat salary themselves, and then what is left, the corporations are taxed, which is lower than your income tax rate. This is true anywhere in the world. You can go and check this with anybody. But we as a Catholic community don't talk about this. The other business communities talk about this. How to save money, how to dodge the tax, how to do tax planning. We put fixed deposit Bank of India. Fixed deposit Bank of India. Even that interest is being taxed by dear people. Even that interest is being taxed. And like sheep and lamb, you take it. I want to be poor. Or worse, with a donkey. How does a donkey break? Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up and start thinking. I have got to cut this short. I've got to applaud the Bombay Catholic Sabha for what they're doing. I've got to salute them. They're doing the right thing by honoring you. Great. I hope with now, besides honoring you, they also needle you. Come on, guys. The future of the community depends on you. If you become rich, the community becomes rich. If the community is rich, as Rita said, we will be a force to the country. Why should we go with a begging bowl in our hand? I keep saying, why should we be sitting in this hall? Why shouldn't you have a dream? Why shouldn't you have that big car? Why shouldn't you have that big house? Why shouldn't you have that golf membership? You must have, don't get me wrong. But all that must come out of your investment earnings, not from your paycheck. Those who are young, please note this. You want to buy that Gucci bag, you want to buy that Louis Vuitton. My daughters are smiling. What should you be doing? Invest, invest, invest. Intelligently invest. Stop being ignorant donkeys. Stop being ignorant, what did I say, lambs? Being led to the slaughter. Okay, so as I said, I salute the BCS. But I hope, and I'll tell you my dream. Professor knows I was yesterday at our alumni dinner. And that's when I actually decided to chuck my speech. I said I'm not going to give a motivational speech. Because alumni of the world today, Rafael will tell you, are the most powerful business networking places in the world. The Stanford, the Whartons, the Harvards, the IIMs now, and recently the IITs. That's the place where you network. Our business communities, our non-Christian business communities have been doing that for donkey's years. They support each other. They bring each other up in business. So my dream is to see that our community should have its own business incubation center. How many of you know what is a business incubation? I should have taken one full 5 minutes, 10 minutes to talk about business incubation. Simply put, let me do I have the time? 2 minutes. Is that a yes or no? Yes. Okay. Public demand, Aam Aadmi Party. Okay. Business incubation, put very simply, is this. Let's put in real practical terms. Any of you, all of you, if you have any business idea, however stupid it is, I want to make Makhdoomia chai. She was praising Makhdoomia chai to heavens. Let's say you decide, I am going to serve Makhdoomia chai. Or I'm going to start baking cakes. Or some of you make bottle masalas. I'm going to brand it and I'm going to sell. Or I'm going to do shoe design, fashion design, whatever it is. You have a business idea. You think you got that fire in your belly. But you don't know what to do, how to do, where to go, who to ask for support. You come to this incubation center. In this incubation center, you have professionals, experienced businessmen and academicians who will listen to you, who will guide you how to write a business plan. I assume all of you know what's a business plan. Okay, how to write a business plan, how to scale up your business, what plan you should have, whom should you approach for your statutory clearances. What do you say? Sir, I don't even have an office. You say, okay, the Business Incubation Center has an office. You can come and use, you have a table there. You have secretarial services, you have internet connection, you have a printer. Of course, you pay for all of that. Maybe nominally, or you agree to pay when you start earning. Or there will be benefactors and donors who will support that. I want to support that. I want to do that, make that happen. Then what happens? You say, okay, I have an idea, it's ready to go. I need seed capital. I need angel funding. I need private equity. I need to approach a bank. This group supports you. Rita will take you Bank of India chairman. A lady, even better. So what is happening? Your business idea is incubated and made sure that it reaches fruition. The need of the hour, I feel, ladies and gentlemen, we should have a business incubation. And it doesn't take a lot to start. And with that, we can start also school for entrepreneurship. Rita didn't mention entrepreneurship, which is lacking in our community. We can start a school for entrepreneurship and excellence. You guys are doing academically great, so for excellence as well. With this thought, I wish each and every one of you all the best. You can contact me whenever you want, now, maybe later, ask me questions. I will leave my cards on the table, you can pick up. I am committed to support the Catholic Sabha, Bombay Catholic Sabha. Any one of you, you don't know me as of now, But try me out. I'm willing to support you. They introduced me as a serial entrepreneur. So when I started, I didn't have any help. And I want to pay back. I want to give back. Question is, I'm going to do it. That's the way I mean. Whether you come or an outsider come, that's going to happen. So all the best. Congratulations once again for your achievements. Keep on achieving, but stop being a donkey. Resolve to be rich. Thank you very much.